on the beach.
Their new home, engineered by a local firm, was elevated on stilts to avoid storm surge and hurricane strap to withstand extreme winds. Techniques that would save the home from Hurricane Ike when it hit the Texas coast in 2008. While almost every other structure in Gilcrest was swept away, Fantasy remained the last house standing.
It was like someone had dropped a bomb somewhere close by and just leveled everything.
When we came down and we saw our house, we sat there in that vehicle and with just tears running down our face. Like, I cannot believe that house is still there. So many people lost so much, and it was like, why do I still have any peace of mind?
Despite damage to the lower floors, roof, and foundation, leaving the home was never an option.
How do you walk away from it? It'd be like walking away from a child. You know, you have to fix it. You have to be there for it, and you have to love it.
As the Adams repaired Fantasy, it became the lone symbol of rebirth for others who had lost everything.
It was a beacon of hope for them. It gave them a reason to rebuild because they knew someone was still here.
Today, thousands have rebuilt houses under codes more stringent than those used to construct the Adams home. Codes that will minimize destruction the next time a hurricane rolls in.
They put codes out there and you follow the codes. If you follow the codes, you should have a pretty good home.
People are just going to lock their doors and go away, and when they come back, their house will still be here.
Houses like Fantasy, which, thanks to additional pilings and a wraparound deck, is now even stronger and a true reflection of its owners.
You just pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and if that's where you want to be, rebuild and stay there.
That's the spirit right there.
That is. All right, well, people around Washington, D.C. have had a messy morning on the roads.
But the sun's out now, but is it humid outside? Look at that.
Everything that goes into a Lennox system is engineered for absolute comfort. Like the parts that create your perfect temperature and humidity, or the parts that purify the air. Together, all these parts save you up to half off your heating and cooling bills. And there are few things more comforting than that. Get up to $1,700 back or special financing on select Lennox home comfort systems. Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
For more information, contact your local Lennox dealer.
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolate with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A Payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to Payday. Boring!
Yeah. If you want to see your faithful,
he's such a couch potato.
Yeah, just go check out the thing for yourself.
Highlander.
Ain't got no room for boring.
There's Vertiger, Steven,
No, we ain't got no room for boring. For boring, we ain't got no room.
The 2014 Highlander. Toyota.
Let's go places!
This is Jane. Her long day on set starts with shoulder pain and a choice.
Take 6 Tylenol a day or just 2 Aleve for all-day relief.
Roll sound. Action!
At Lincoln Financial, we believe that you're the boss of your life. The Chief Life Officer. You're in charge of spontaneous weekends and enjoying a well-planned retirement. Lincoln Financial gives you the financial solutions you need to take charge every step of the way. Ask your financial advisor today how we can help. Life, income, retirement, group benefits, and advice. Lincoln Financial. You're in charge.
Hey everyone, it's KFC game night, and dinner at the table is approaching, I think, something like 12 minutes.
Which shatters the previous family record of 4 minutes of them sitting still?
Thanks to 12 extra crispy tenders, 4 dipping sauces, 2 sides, and biscuits.
And a free I Spy game right on the bucket.
They love playing the game.
I spy a tiger. It's really good.
Is it good? I kind of want to do this every Friday.
Haven't we always wanted our own island? One without car horns or stoplights, but one filled with forts and uncharted paths, carriage rides and bike rides, and games we play all day, where the sun can't wait to wake up, and adventure waits around every corner. Nestled in the deep blue waters of Lake Huron, our island is Mackinac Island. Our island is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
This is day 2 of Delaney learning to ride her bike.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's new morning show.
It all starts with the weather.
America's morning headquarters with Sam Champion. Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
Well, we keep telling you about the destructive nature of these storms. Take a look at this. Terrible destruction in Fate, Texas from yesterday morning. This is just 31 miles northeast of Dallas. The barn destroyed as straight-line winds caused massive damage, but no tornado was confirmed. The winds were strong enough to even force a 2x4 through the window of a home. This is why we tell you to get away from windows even during severe thunderstorms. Thank you so much for joining us here on this Tuesday on Weather Center Live. I'm Alex Wilson, and Dave is over at the Green Wall getting us ready to work through the thunderstorms now and later today.
What green wall would that be, Alex? All I see are radar images here of thunderstorms. I'll talk to her later. You know, we have this big swirl in the atmosphere over Missouri and Arkansas. That's where it's centered. This was over the plains over the last couple of days. But out to the east of it, that's where the atmosphere is the most unstable. And right along the leading edge, the eastern edge of it, that's where the atmosphere has everything to work with. All the other areas have seen storms go through. It's rain cooled, it's stabilized, that kind of thing. Boy, some heavy rain on I-10 north of New Orleans. We have gotten by so far, most of us, dry here in New Orleans, but there's still a pretty decent chance of showers and thunder showers later on this afternoon and tonight. Montgomery with a round of thunderstorms. Severe, possibly to the northeast, could be some damaging wind and hail. And anywhere along this line of thunder showers in Alabama up to northwest Georgia, Tennessee, and Kentucky, where the severe thunderstorm threat is, wherever this line bows out, even briefly, where it makes a backward C, we could have some damaging winds. That just blew through Anniston, Alabama. Headed for Jacksonville, Alabama, and then into Georgia, and making it to the Atlanta metropolitan area most likely after rush hour. These storms are moving more quickly northward than they are moving eastward. So we have 6:43 for our time for Atlanta, so most of the rush hour will be over by then. Here in Chattanooga, we're getting ready for severe thunderstorms. They have rumbled right through Lookout Mountain in Alabama and right up into Georgia, now Chattanooga, Tennessee. Could be some isolated damaging winds along this line, which heads up into central Tennessee, east of Nashville. So Nashville, you're in the clear for severe. Birmingham, you're in the clear. You had your storms earlier. That stabilized the atmosphere. Here in Bledsoe County, Alabama, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. So here in Birmingham, that's where Mike Seidel is. We went to him an hour and a half ago. The rain was just coming down in buckets. But now what do you have to talk about, Mike? How are you going to kill a minute and a half? Come on, come on, come on, come on. Huh?
Little soft shoe.
I'm throwing down the
soft
gauntlet.
Shoe out here on the grass here in Birmingham, Dave. Well, hey, don't make me act the fool out here, buddy. By the way, Dave was right. 90 minutes ago, we were getting hit by that squall line. 41/100ths of an inch of rain at the airport, which is just down the road, and a wind gust to 36 miles an hour. Kind of like what we saw last night between 10 and 11 with that line. We had a wind gust to 38 and about 2/3 of an inch of rain. Right now, just a little bit of light rain. Well, let me show you what it looked like at 2 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock here, just at the end of lunch hour here in Birmingham. And the rain came down hard. We didn't get that kind of wind gust here a few miles away from the airport, but you can see the ponding on the roadways. It was running down the ramp here right off Interstate 20. Now, keep in mind, this is Dixie Alley. We often deal with tornadoes and very strong tornadoes here. If you look at 9 cities or towns in the lower 48 that have dealt with 2 EF5s or F5s since the 1800s, 4 of those 9 cities or towns are in Alabama. So they take their tornado warnings here very, very seriously.
Well, when the alarm goes off, I go to the basement, and we've got it set up down there. I've got it's like a storm shelter on the front porch. You know, Kimberly is just right up the road from us, and it got tore up in this last tornado. So we stay prepared. And I've got several neighbors that come over and go to the basement with us.
Oh, great idea. Share that basement wealth, because not everybody has a basement. Especially these days, there are a lot of daylight basements, but the old-fashioned where you're just completely underground basements. And even there, you know, debris can come on down. We're going to have a few more showers here in the Birmingham area. Jefferson County, the home county, has been cleared. All the areas west of here have been cleared of that severe thunderstorm watch. But as Dave mentioned, still some warnings down around the Montgomery area. The watch there and points east and north up towards Huntsville and Gadsden, up towards Lookout Mountain and over towards Rome, Georgia. That watch is up until 6 p.m. this evening. Dave, back to you.
Thanks a lot. Another great live report from Mike Seidel in the field, this time Birmingham, Alabama. Here's the map. Here's the setup for all this mess. A cold front to the west, warm, humid air to the north. It's the front and the upper level low and the upper level energy. That's the forcing for the thunderstorms that are giving rise to isolated, damaging wind gusts. All right, this is mainly a heavy rainmaker, as Mike Seidel saw, all the way up to the Ohio River. That's the warm, humid airflow. That's going to continue tomorrow, too. Slightly eastward. This is the upper level forcing. And you get air diverging, going different directions. That helps the air at low levels rise. And the visual representation of the rising air, of course, are those big thunderheads, which can rise 10 miles up in the atmosphere or more. We'll see more of that and moving northeastward tomorrow. So heads up, Youngstown over to Charleston, Beckley, and Roanoke. The potential for severe weather. Back here in Indianapolis and Chicago, kind of cool and rainy. What's up next, Alex?
Cool and rainy, or at least rainy up into parts of the Northeast. We are taking a look at Philadelphia, where you've seen some rain showers around. Down the road into the state of Delaware, that's where we have been dealing with flash flood warnings for some counties. But showers and thunderstorms staying with us through most of the rest of the week. So you're going to at least have the chance of a shower each afternoon. Philadelphia, you can see some of those showers on the south side of town, getting over towards Wilmington, Delaware, where it is really pouring once you move south of the city and head over that bridge. As we work down towards the Dover area, that's where we still have the flash flood warning. That also goes into eastern parts of Maryland, down off towards southern sections of Delaware and Maryland. Also have some rain falling there. We're going to keep rain chances around through late week thanks to this stalled frontal boundary and then eventually an approaching cold front. So all of that adds up in favor of shower and thunderstorm chances over the next several days. Tomorrow, scattered thunderstorms in most spots. Best chance of thunderstorms back towards Buffalo, Pittsburgh, into the state of West Virginia. Then again on Thursday, we're watching for showers and thunderstorms. Best chances in the dark green. They'll be scattered in the light green, so up into the New England areas. Friday, everybody watching for scattered thunderstorms and showers, so along the 95 corridor, back into interior sections of Pennsylvania and New York. Philadelphia, watch for morning showers Wednesday, hit or miss storms Thursday and Friday. Dry for the start of the weekend. Dave.
Got some interesting wedding pictures here for you, Alex. Look at that. It was a hot, wedding? It was a hot
Burn in love?
Burn in love, right?
Okay.
Right. What else can we do here? These two had a planned outdoor wedding in a park near Bend, Oregon. A brush fire developed. The authorities said, you got to get out of here in 15 minutes. What did they do? They said, okay, we'll work the smoke in. We were married. There was a brush fire. Let's memorialize it. And that is the result. Isn't that something? How'd you like to have, can I show you my wedding pictures? You know, flipping through a book of the, what the, who the, well, you see, this was back, the relative humidity was 9%. Oh, let's get into this here. Look how hot it is in Phoenix. How about an outdoor wedding in Papago Park in Phoenix? 101. Oh, that's hot. West-southwest wind at 6, it doesn't matter. 102 in Las Vegas. 96 up here in Redding, California. You hit the century mark yesterday and blasted your old record away. The ridge of high pressure continues to sit over the west. Away from the coast, LA, it's beautiful. San Francisco, jacket weather this afternoon. Inland, though, the temperature heats up. 5 to 10 above average. Average is hot. Above average, who needs it? Back to you, Alex.
No, thank you, Dave. Well, the Atlantic hurricane season is here, and we are testing your hurricane IQ. You see them every season, and today we'll tell you if taping an X on your windows actually helps during those hurricane-force winds.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
What makes Florida's natural orange juice taste so uniquely fresh and delicious? Is it the rich Florida soil or the perfect blend of sunshine, rain, and temperature? Maybe it's the fact that Florida's natural oranges are never imported. They're raised right here in Florida and passed with care from our hands to yours. 100% pure, 100% Florida. Florida's natural. Try our new citrus smoothies in the chilled juice section next to our orange juice.
What's a born maker made from? From small steps, giant leaps, big ideas, and sharp minds. All the things that make a born maker made this. A car with swagger, intelligence, soul. A car that proves a well-made sedan doesn't have to cross an ocean to be worthy of the American road. The all-new Chrysler 200, America's import.
Things have changed.
We fight a war against spiders, roaches, and every foul pest that haunts your home. And we won't stop until we've killed every last one, until you're certain they're gone for good. Our arsenal is a formidable one. An army of 8,000 professionals, 85 years of experience, and the strongest guarantee in the business. It's not exactly a fair fight. Not here. Not now. Not in my house. Terminix.
This Father's Day, let's turn our hero into a superhero. Let's give him the power, consult with his sidekick, and equip him with all the super toys he needs, all on a mild-mannered budget, so he can spend some quality time back in his lair. Then come out strong and save the day. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Ryobi impact driver, drill, batteries, charger, and case, just $99.
Do you have something for pain?
I have Bayer aspirin.
I'm not having a heart attack. It's my back.
I mean Bayer Back and Body. It works great for pain.
Bayer Back and Body provides effective relief for your tough pain.
Better?
Yeah. Thanks for the tip.
Check.
Uh-huh. Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
It says here that a woman's sex drive increases at the age of 80.
Helps reduce the risk of heart disease.
Keep heart healthy. Live long. Eat the 100% goodness of post-shredded wheat. Doctors recommend it.
Rich, chewy caramel rolled up in smooth milk chocolate.
All aboard.
Rolo, get your smooth on.
Hey, I noticed your car's not in the driveway.
Yeah, it's in the shop. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Should have taken it to Midas. Get some of that Midas touch. They'll tell you what stuff needs fixing and what stuff can wait.
All right. Next time, going to Midas.
High five. Did not see that coming.
It's time to take a closer look at your tires. Get up to $160 back by mail on a set of 4 Goodyear, Cooper, Firestone, and other select brands. Tires, brakes, oil, everything.
All right, another look at the radar. We have some thunderstorms rolling through the state of Tennessee. You can see just off towards the west of Chattanooga. This one's going to be moving through, offering up the threat of some gusty winds, some heavy rain, perhaps even some hail. Chattanooga at 346. We're looking at Cleveland 424 and then Dayton 427. So this line will continue to push off towards the east-northeast. As we look at the wider picture, you can see northwest state of Georgia. We've got another warning. Then we've got a few more warnings up into northern Tennessee. Back down into central southern sections of Alabama, we've got the storms moving through with some warnings, one off to the northeast of Montgomery, several off towards the northeast of the Monroeville area. That does cross right over 65. Watches in effect for all the areas shaded in yellow. This particular western watch goes until 6 o'clock Central Time. The eastern watch, which includes Atlanta and Oconee County in South Carolina, western North Carolina, 11 o'clock Eastern. Dave.
Well, here at the start of the Atlantic hurricane season, we're getting you prepared and increasing your hurricane IQ. Many of us have heard the advice, if a hurricane is coming, tape an X on your window to protect it from breaking when the winds really get strong. But does that really work? That's the question today. Senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross put it to the test.
Hurricane-force winds come at your home from every direction, and the first line of defense is your windows. If they're not protected, your entire house becomes vulnerable. So let's look at one of the most common things people do, taping an X over the window. So the question is, should I tape my windows to keep them from shattering in a hurricane? I'm here with Mike Stremmel at Architectural Testing, where they test all kinds of windows to see how strong they are, and they use this air cannon to do it. Tell me what we're going to see here in this demo.
We'll be using a 9-pound, 8-foot-long 2x4 missile, traveling at approximately 34 miles an hour to simulate the debris that is present in a hurricane.
All right, let's load it up and see what happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that 2x4 went right through the 2 panes of glass and the tape like it wasn't even there.
Yes.
If you were inside that room, forget it.
Yeah.
It would hit you. So here's what you need to know about taping your windows. The tape does absolutely nothing to reinforce or strengthen the glass. Properly protect your windows by covering them with shutters or buying an approved impact-resistant window.
So taping your windows does not help. I didn't know that. Yeah, it's
Probably
good
one
to
of
know.
those like old wives' tales that maybe one person did with a little success and then word of mouth.
Why are they old wives' tales and not old husbands' tales?
Well, because old husbands' tales are they're well beyond white lies. You guys are phony.
Really?
We always bust you for stuff.
You expect me to laugh after that comment?
You guys aren't out there taping the windows.
Top
it's all us
5.
ladies
Top
doing it.
5. Roll it.
Let's take a look
Talk
at the
to you
amazing
later.
weather videos from around the world. As you head to a beach to enjoy the sun this summer, Dave, you want to get in the water with this?
Swimming with the sharks. It's like the dolphin craze. Now it's sharks.
I guess so, but yeah, I would get in that water if I was like around a dog cage.
Would you get in this water? Look at that.
Yeah, I would. Do you like rafting? Well, this is Glenwood Springs,
But look,
Colorado.
it's a standing wave.
Very
You can
cool.
practice your surfing without ever going anywhere.
That's pretty
the
awesome.
Water's been, it is very awesome.
And you know, kayakers, paddleboarders also got out there and really took advantage of that.
And paddle birders, too, for that matter.
Paddle birders.
Yeah.
Oh, several reports of tornadoes in central Colorado on Sunday. This is one of them forming over Pikes Peak, Colorado, in the Pike National Forest. And this takes our number 3 spot.
Cool. And number 2, a powerful storm hit Dusseldorf, Germany last night. Small roads were closed. Tram services were also suspended in Dusseldorf due to high winds. And look at that lightning, sheet lightning, huh? Across the sky like
Very
that.
cool
Wow.
stuff. And number 1, we just got this video in. It is from Wansum, Netherlands. Lightning in slow-mo. So you can really see the fingers of that spreading
And that's
out
why
in
it
the
takes
sky.
a long time for the rumble. because you hear the rumble of the closest part of that, and then it takes the stuff along. We're out of time. You can upload your videos anytime at weather.com/photos. That's all I can say.
We can talk as fast as lightning.
Well,
She keeps you on your toes. You wouldn't have it any other way. But your erectile dysfunction? It could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about experiencing Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
My dad's a dad, just an average guy. Just a regular, average guy. He has no great powers. He burns my dinner. Whenever we play a game, I'm always the winner. But when I need him most, that's when he's there, to kiss me and hold me and brush my hair. My dad is average, as the whole world can see, but he's anything but average, if you ask me.
Tell you one thing, we're better together.
Join us all this week and celebrate Modern Dads on Today.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
All over the world know us, but they don't yet know we're a family. We're right where you need us. At the next job, next adventure, or at the next exit. Helping you explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. So wherever you want to be, whatever you want to do, chances are we're already there. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Cooper engineers its tires not just for performance, but real life performance. So before you get in, get going, get gone. You need to get a tire that gets you, because life's a road trip. Come on, let's go.
Xfinity presents on June 14th.
The fastest man in MMA.
UFC flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson battles a challenger on an 11-fight win streak.
Bam! Drops him.
Ali Bagautinov for the UFC flyweight title. Plus,
big elbow.
Number 2 welterweight Rory McDonald takes on number 3 Tyron Woodley for a welterweight title shot.
Incredible. Unbelievable action.
Order now with your remote on Xfinity from Comcast.
If you owe more than $10,000 in back taxes, our qualified CPAs, tax negotiators, and support staff know the law and know how to get your situation under control legally and permanently.
Call the number on your screen now and we will contact the IRS on your behalf. Help you end wage garnishment, stop collection calls, remove tax liens, resolve tax penalties, and reduce the amount you owe if you qualify.
Call now and find out how we can help you resolve your IRS problems.
Call the tax resolvers at 800-489-3182.
Today, or go to QuickenLoans.com for a mortgage experience that's engineered to amaze.
a Weather Channel original series.
Every time I shoot a fish, when I'm wrestling them, that's when I'm scared.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Look out, Chattanooga. Thanks to Adam Dean. He writes my jokes, too. Chattanooga getting slammed by a severe thunderstorm right now. You've got the heavy rain coming down, the gusty winds, and the threat of some hail. Not just Chattanooga. You can see this line. Look at all this lightning. These storms, even if you're not in an area where you've got the severe warning, which you can see much of it is under a severe warning, even outside of that, the lightning is going to be dangerous on its own. So if you're out there maybe doing some hiking or anything outdoors, if your kids have outdoor soccer practices as we now get towards the end time of school, if any school's still in session or any just outdoor camps in session, might have to go pick them up. Dalton, 442, you're going to see these storms. Rome at 452, and for the Atlanta area, we are looking at near 7 o'clock Eastern time. Gainesville, just after 8 o'clock. Down into the south of the state of Alabama, we've got a few more severe thunderstorm warnings. So damaging wind and hail as well as heavy rain and a lot of lightning, the big threats today. Dave.
That's not far south enough for me, Alex. I'm going way down south. Down to Mexico. Buenos dias, señores. Hay un tormenta aquí. This is a tropical storm off the coast of southern Mexico. This is no threat to the United States, and it's actually no threat to Mexico if the forecasts verify. Notice the shower activity getting a little more centered over the actual circulation center, which is right here. And you'll see that when we switch from IR to visible, infrared to visible satellite imagery. Obviously, there's the center of the circulation. That's not really an eye, but it is a strengthening tropical storm. It's going to get an eye maybe as early as tomorrow. It could strengthen that much. At this point, it's a minimal tropical storm, 45-mile-an-hour maximum sustained winds, 1,003 millibars, so the pressure's dropped and it's moving west at a fast walking pace. Now, if you're planning a trip to Acapulco or the southern coast of Mexico, no problems. Acapulco now partly cloudy. It's 84 degrees with a light wind out of the east at 8 miles an hour. We may have some increased surf over the next few days here. The southern coast of Mexico, that would be it. Maybe a rip current threat. Check with the folks at the hotel if you headed down there. All models forecast to take this west, forecast it to strengthen, but as it moves over colder water, forecast it to weaken. So tomorrow night, Thursday, it increases. It may be a Hurricane Christina by then, but then it moves out this weekend over the colder waters and the winds begin to go down as the pressure rises and Tropical Storm Christina will become a tropical depression. There you have it, my friend. That's the latest from the tropics in the Atlantic Basin. It's all quiet. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Dave. When severe storms hit, your electronics are usually the last thing on your mind, but many of our gadgets store important information. So Storm Tracker Jim Cantori is in Dave's living room to show us how to protect our electronic investments and files during flooding or a hurricane.
We are with Andrew Felix once again. He is a technical gadget guru here, and we got some great stuff. Whether you've got a hurricane, a flood, or what have you to evacuate, you're going to be able to save some very valuable things in your home, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Let's start off with this. This is pretty cool. This is from a company called iOS Safe.
I'm going to pick it up so everybody can see it. And it's heavy.
Some weight to it, yeah. It's actually a 2 terabyte hard drive. Now, this thing is waterproof, fireproof, I want to say windproof. I mean, you can bolt this thing to the ground.
It's definitely windproof. It's heavy.
Hurricane comes through, all your stuff's going to be safe. It's USB 3.0, so you're going to be able to send everything so much quicker. So if you know there's a storm coming, save everything you can real quick, and then you know your house and all your stuff is valuable and safe.
That's incredible. Weather radio here. What's special about this?
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. This is from a company called Champ. We've talked about them before. I love this company. What's great about it? It's Bluetooth. So not only can you actually listen, have a NOAA radio built into it, it's got a flashlight, it's got the radio, it's got solar powered, but you can connect your Bluetooth phone to it. You can charge your phone to it. So if you want to listen to music, maybe you're having a little cookout on the street, you can have everything right here.
Or if you've got a group where you want people to hear all this information, hey guys, gather around, look at it, listen to this latest on the storm. Mophie, I'm a huge Mophie fan. What kind of stuff do they have here?
Well, this is Mophie's new stuff. This is their iPhone 5S case. It's got 120% extra.
Yeah,
extra.
So not just 8 hours, we're going like 10 hours.
Exactly. So when you're out on the field, build, you need extra power. You've got that. They've got their outdoor kit. The iPhone 5 stuff's coming for outdoor, but super protective, but it's got the power built into it, which a lot of cases these days don't have.
And they've also got a new case now where you can store your photos and all your data in the case, in the Mophie case.
Yeah, it's having an extra backup inside your case with you, and it doesn't add any weight to it.
All right, what is this? Looks like a spy camera here.
Yeah, well, this is from Swan Security, leader in home security. Well, this is Swan Eye Indoor Outdoor. So what does that mean? It's a fully IPX66 rating, waterproof, weatherproof camera. What you do with this, mount it on your house. You got Wi-Fi. Wherever you are in the world, download their free app. You can see exactly what's going on at all times in your home. So if you need to evacuate, you can still keep an eye on your home, record everything, and get motion trigger senses sent to you.
Okay.
When something happens.
What if the AC goes out?
Well, power goes out, you're going to lose it. But it's a lot of times you need to evacuate hours before you have to do it.
Right.
So you can still monitor.
So you can see really right up till the power goes out, and then.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Danger of summer thunderstorms is on display this afternoon.
Yes, it is. Take a look at Washington, D.C. The sun's out now. It's all the way up to 87, but heavy rain around here sparked flash flooding and even high water rescues this morning.
Storms that could get pretty nasty also spreading across the south for the next few days. We've got them this afternoon. We will give you the timing of when the rain will reach Birmingham, Atlanta, and Charlotte.
From the Weather Channel headquarters in Atlanta, you're watching Weather Center Live. And thank you so much for joining us. Come on in here. I'm Dave Schwartz.
And I'm Alex Wilson. You know, every time you say sun's out, I think of that saying sun's out, guns out.
Oh, yeah, sun's out.
Guns out.
Guns out, yeah, I see.
You got to cut the sleeves off. You got to...
I should do that sometime. I should wear my cutoff sometime.
One day we'll get you a shirt. It says sun's out, guns out.
I think you'd be impressed.
I would be. Well, you know what is also impressive? Bad news for the folks in Maryland, though. Flash flooding. Right. Take a look at some of these pictures. Incredible flooding in College Park, Maryland, where these vehicles, owners are not happy because they are in standing water under this overpass. So the water just funneled in that area and overtook those cars. Riverdale Park, Maryland, also had some big problems. Here, cars are trying to drive through stranded water. And in this picture, also in Riverdale, Maryland, somebody's looking out their apartment at what was the street now looks like a very slow-moving creek or stream, Dave. That water just overtook the area. We've seen some problems up into Delaware, and now we're watching rain and thunderstorms across the south with severe weather a threat as well.
I'll tell you, we got it all. Yeah, you know, heavy rain is the main threat here today. Here in New Orleans, the French Quarter is living a charmed life. You know, at both airports in New Orleans, they're reporting thunder showers at the present time. But down here, we're just cloudy skies. It's kind of bright, cloudy and bright. It's humid, but the clouds are actually keeping it from getting as hot as it could be here in New Orleans. Cold front is heading across the Mississippi River right now. Drier air, western Louisiana and Houston. Oh, does it feel great. But in the warm, humid air and the leading edge of all this rain, that's where your severe threat is. That's where the thunderstorms have unlimited access to this air. It hasn't been worked over yet. After the storms blow through, that's it. Just some light rain, sprinkles. Chattanooga getting hit hard. You've been under a warning now for a while. I hope you've stayed in the lowest floor of your home and away from windows. Good. These storms are moving northeast toward Dayton and Cleveland. And they're into northwest Georgia, too. And look at the lightning. Here, over the last 15 minutes, over 2,200 strikes. So lightning and heavy rain, the two biggest threats from these thunderstorms as they move to the northeast with the potential for damaging wind, especially where we see bows, where we see these little areas bow out. So here in Rome, we'll keep you posted right now. No warnings. Atlanta, Georgia, you will get through rush hour unless you work till 7. If you work till 7, forget about it. You'll need the umbrella. But 4, 5, 6, you're looking good. Montgomery looking good too after the heavy rain moves through here. Could be another hour or so. Notice how they're moving toward the northeast, but they're hardly moving east at all. So one thunderstorm and then another one. You can get a quick inch of rain, as we saw in Washington, D.C. early this morning. And then here in New Orleans, well, most of the rain is out here on the Causeway and on I-10. But in New Orleans, for the most part, we're cloudy. Showers are going to be moving over the area in general over the next hour or two here in New Orleans, and we'll have some gully washers that we're known for here in the Beignet City, the Crescent City. Beautiful. So we got a severe thunderstorm watch in effect from New Orleans all the way northward to the Ohio River and then eastward to the Atlanta metropolitan area. Mike Seidel has been reporting all afternoon from a beautiful Birmingham, Alabama. These are the times when reporters such as Mike find it a great challenge to talk about something when there's no weather going on. So that's why I'm just going on and on and on to try to eat up some of your time, Mike, because what can you do? A traffic report for us? I mean, what's left? Go ahead, you can talk. Mike Seidel.
I can do a traffic report. I-20. Dave, I-20 behind us, but I want you to look off to the east. That's I-20 going towards Atlanta, where there is now a watch, as you mentioned, for the Atlanta area, all the way up into parts of western North Carolina, up into eastern Tennessee, that watch until 11 o'clock tonight. But I'm going to be heading in that direction in the next hour and probably catching up with these storms, and I'll be shooting video and sending it back to the Weather Channel. Video first from here, our location here on the east side of Knoxville. I'm sorry, I was thinking Knoxville, Tennessee, where the watch is going. Here in Birmingham, Alabama. This is at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is a squall line that prompted that severe thunderstorm watch for a lot of Alabama. 2 different watches. The one here was up till 6. And look at the rainfall. It came down in buckets, 41/100ths of an inch of rain in about a half an hour, and a wind gust to 36 miles an hour. That is not going to cause any wind damage. And as far as I know, I have not seen any wind damage reports so far like we had last night, late last night in the northwest corner of the state. But this area is prone. This is what we call Dixie Alley, area of Tornado Alley in the plains, but this is Dixie Alley, and the locals here, as we talked to today, they don't mess around when they hear a tornado warning.
I've always taken them serious, but recently, you know, especially now that I'm getting older and I'm out and about a lot more, I notice I can see more of the damage, and it's definitely something to take serious. Up until the last couple of years, I was actually, when I saw the warnings, I wouldn't really take shelter. Now that's something that everyone needs to do.
I'm a true American hitchhiker. And back here in Birmingham right now, cloudy skies, a few raindrops. And Dave, the official Weather Channel vehicle right here. Going to hop in this in about a half an hour or so. We're going to head back on I-20 and see what we come upon. We'll certainly play it safe. Tornado threat is low, but again, the heavy rain and the gusty winds will cause problems on I-20 all the way to Atlanta. Then the I-75, I-85 corridor. We've already seen that around Montgomery, heading up to Atlanta over the past couple of hours. Dave, back to you.
Okay, Mike Seidel selling used cars in Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks so much for that report, Mike. Hey, here we go. There's the trough at the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's the reason for the storms. Kentucky, southward into Alabama and Mississippi. Divergence and diffluence on the east side of this trough. Once that moves through, we're out of here. This actually is going to head northward up into Canada. But until then, the warm, moist air, even after then, the warm, moist air continues. There won't be the forcing in the atmosphere, but there will be showers each and every day, right into the end of the week. Well, we have 35 seconds left in the segment. Enough time for Alex to get in here and talk about something. Okay, Alex, go.
I'm going to talk like an auctioneer. You want storms? I want storms. Storms. Come on, 30.
Sold.
Yes. All right, Dave, take some. New York City right now. We've got a hazy, overcast day. Showers and thunderstorms sticking with us in the northeast. least. Right now in D.C., 87. The sun has come out. Things begun to warm up after the heavy rain from earlier this morning that caused those flooding problems. Still have some heavy rain down near Wilmington, Delaware, near Dover. We've got the flash flood watch. Showers scattered about. This is the story over the next few days. Keep that umbrella nearby and stay with us. We'll be right back.
New Hershey Spreads. Bring the delicious taste of Hershey's chocolate to anything. Everything. With new Hershey Spreads, the possibilities are delicious.
I forgot to work out. Average has memory issues. I forgot to work out. I work out. And memory issues. Beat average with GNC.
Anna.
Now every stop is an opportunity to save gas. And maybe someone's day. Introducing the new fuel-efficient 2014 Malibu with stop-start technology. The car for the richest guys on Earth.
Start your summer off right and get $2,000 customer cash on every 2014 Chevy Malibu.
This is day 2 of Delaney learning to ride her bike.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees under cloudy skies. Tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
When your house loses power, it can be tough for your family. Not if your family has a Kohler generator. Restores power automatically in as little as 10 seconds and is backed by a 5-year limited warranty. Kohler generators. Keep your family flowing.
When the power goes out, you'll go on. Contact your Kohler Generators dealer today.
This Father's Day, let's turn our hero into a superhero. Let's give him the power, consult with his sidekick, and equip him with all the super toys he needs, all on a mild-mannered budget, so he can spend some quality time back in his lair. Then come out strong and save the day. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Ryobi impact driver, drill, batteries, charger, and case, just $99.
To you, they're more than just a pet, so protect them with K9 Advantix 2. Its broad spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. K9 Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
Hello, Atlanta. The city now under a severe thunderstorm watch until 11 o'clock. We've got some blue sky peeking out from amongst the clouds right now, so it doesn't look all bad. But as we take a peek at the radar, you can see off to our west plenty of action. These storms will be taking some time before they get to the Atlanta area, probably closer to the 6 o'clock hour. But up into the northeast part of the state of Georgia, it is rocking. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning right along the Tennessee border. Damaging winds, hail, heavy rain, and a lot of lightning coming within these storms. You can see all the way down from, say, southern sections of Mississippi, northern Louisiana, along that southern part of Louisiana. Louisiana, all the way up to the northeast. We had the flooding problems this morning around the D.C. area. Now we've got issues in Wilmington, Delaware, where they have seen over an inch of rain in the past hour. Newcastle County for Christiana, Newark, and also Wilmington. You're under the flash flood warning, then Camden, Gloucester, and Salem counties until 7 o'clock Eastern. Dave, over to you.
That's my old stomping grounds down there, the Delaware Valley. You better believe it. Hey, you know what? I'm thinking about the beach. This is Panama City Beach. It's beautiful, but you know what? There are a lot of people undercover today. It's 87 out there. The heat index is 97. The humidity is way up, and maybe even more dangerous, or at least comparable, there's a high rip current threat. That's what this story's all about. The water temperature in the 80s, you want to get in there, no matter where you are. But when the wind is blowing onshore for hours and hours on end, you're going into a full moon phase, you can get a lot of water up there on the beach, and it's got to go back out into the ocean. And in some cases, it goes back faster in some spots than others, especially if there are little holes in the sandbars, and it can whip through like rapids in a stream, that kind of thing. The rip current rate right here, where we have this onshore flow of wind and water, is high. The National Weather Service is even encouraging people from the Alabama and the western Florida panhandle to stay out of the water. How about that? That is a killer. Somebody lost their life. I think it was in, Maryland or something this past weekend. It's tragic to get caught in a rip current. Let's find out more and what we can do about it. Alex?
That's right, because Dave, you often hear about rip currents, but could you actually recognize one from the beach or swim your way out of one? Dave Malkoff has what you need to know before your beach trip.
I seriously was calm. I don't know where it came from. I was only knee deep when it happened.
A perfect beach day can turn into a nightmare.
Well, we spend a lot of our summer saving people from rip currents.
The United States Life Saving Association estimates the annual number of deaths due to rip currents on our nation's beaches exceeds 100. They account for over 80% of the beach rescues and can be especially dangerous for a weaker swimmer.
When we were here several years ago, my son James went swimming out on the beach, and the rip current took him all the way around over to the island of Kiowa, and so it was pretty scary. We had lifeguards swimming after him.
Rip currents are powerful channeled currents of water flowing away from the shore. Sometimes they move very slowly, but speeds have been measured to exceed 5 miles per hour, slower than you can run, but faster than even an Olympic swimmer can swim. And they happen at any beach with breaking waves, including on the Great Lakes.
Everybody loves the beach, but I have a daughter that won't go near it anymore because it's so scary.
And we want to talk beach warning flags so you know what you need to look for. The bottom line is, if you see red swimming away from the beach, not a good idea. Double red means that the water's actually closed to the public, so you can't go in.
Right. And you can check with the beach patrol, the lifeguard, or perhaps the people at the hotel.
Exactly. Tropical update then.
With a cool finish. Fruit on one side, cool on the other. Icebreakers Duo, a fruity cool way to break the ice.
It says here that a woman's sex drive increases at the age of 80.
Helps reduce the risk of heart disease.
Keep heart healthy. Live long. Eat the 100% goodness of post-shredded wheat. Doctors recommend it.
Have you tried one of these? It is so good. Man, I can't believe we haven't done this before. Oh, wow, look at that.
Want a bite?
You're aging. Do the jingle. Do the jingle. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Hey, guys. Do it again. Do it again. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. In my office.
State Farm.
I think we're good. State Farm agents help you get to a better state.
Jack.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
Great. This is the last thing I need.
Seriously? The last thing you need is some guy giving you a new catalytic converter when all you got is a loose gas cap. Let's take this puppy over to Midas and get you some of that good old Midas touch. You know what? I'll drive. I really didn't think this through.
It's time to take a closer look at your tires. Get up to $160 back by mail on a set of 4 Goodyear, Cooper, Firestone, and other select brands. Tires, brakes, oil, everything.
If you want to see your faithful,
he's such a couch potato.
Yeah, just go check out the thing for yourself. Highlander. Ain't got no room for boring. There's Vertiger, Steven, no, we ain't got no room for boring. For boring, we ain't got no room.
The 2014 Highlander. Toyota.
Let's go places.
Use your head to hold your hat, and your smarts will tell you where you're at, and to think about the zoo, and to nod hello to you and you. Use your head when you're online, to keep what's yours inside your mind, and to know how to be safe, how to give your life some private space. From your head down to your toes, pause and think online.
So I remember my GPA from college, and I know my IQ.
Okay.
And I know what blood type I have.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I don't know my credit score.
You don't know your credit score?
I don't know my credit score.
That's really important. I mean,
I don't know my.
Don't you want to buy a house like ever? You should probably check out Credit Karma. It's free.
Credit Karma, free.
Free.
That's how much?
That's how much it's free.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores. No credit card needed.
Fund the shipping and even pay the return postage. Try NoNo risk-free today.
America's Morning Headquarters with Sam Champion.
Not just a morning forecast, a morning show.
AMHQ with Sam Champion, the Weather Channel's brand new morning show.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Past the hour, we've had some rough stuff moving across the south from Louisiana all the way up into Tennessee and up into Kentucky, where there's severe thunderstorm watches. But take a look at this here. There's where the swirl of the upper level, so-called upper level storm is, right? Over the Ozarks. Well, it's very cold air aloft. The air underneath it is not as warm and tropical and humid and buoyant as it is here. But if you get sunshine, and that's what we got in parts of eastern Missouri and eastern Arkansas, the air can bubble up into that cold air. Then it really wants to rise. You can end up with thunderstorms, and that's what we find right now to the northwest of St. Louis, St. Charles County, and Calhoun counties. That's Dardenne Prairie, O'Fallon, and St. Peters for this storm. Could be flooding with this one, too. It's hardly moving at all. More storms headed for St. Louis over the next hour and a half. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you, Dave. Those slow-moving storms can be one heck of a problem. You know what time it is now?
What?
Tropical update time.
Do me.
We've got Tropical Storm Christina. This one, 45-mile-per-hour winds. This is our third named storm of the Eastern Pacific season. Still waiting on the first for the Atlantic. But all the forecast models are keeping this off the coast. Could bring some surf issues, but you can see general movement is off towards the west-northwest. As we look at the track, by the end of the week, could become a Category 1 hurricane. Dave.
Time for a story about a Texas couple that was devastated when they lost their house in a hurricane. But as Maria LaRosa reports, the couple's devastation turned to innovation and a quest for their dream home.
That's the most awesome view in the world. To be able to live out here on the Gulf, I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Speaks for itself. Speaks for itself.
Pam and Warren Adams have been living a real-life fantasy in Gilcrest, Texas, full-time since 2006, the year they built this dream home to replace their old weekend cabin wrecked by Hurricane Rita.
It was like it was a blessing that happened because we became permanent residents on the beach.
Their new home, engineered by a local firm, was elevated on stilts to avoid storm surge and hurricane strap to withstand extreme winds. Techniques that would save the home from Hurricane Ike when it hit the Texas coast in 2008. While almost every other structure in Gilcrest was swept away, Fantasy remained the last house standing.
It was like someone had dropped a bomb somewhere close by and just leveled everything.
When we came down and we saw our house, we sat there in that vehicle and with just tears running down our face. Like, I cannot believe that house is still there. So many people lost so much, and it was like, why do I still have any peace of mind?
Despite damage to the lower floors, roof, and foundation, leaving the home was never an option.
How do you walk away from it? It'd be like walking away from a child. You know, you have to fix it. You have to be there for it, and you have to love it.
As the Adams repaired Fantasy, it became the lone symbol of rebirth for others who had lost everything.
It was a beacon of hope for them. It gave them a reason to rebuild because they knew someone was still here.
Today, thousands have rebuilt houses under codes more stringent than those used to construct the Adams home. Codes that will minimize destruction the next time a hurricane rolls in.
They put codes out there and you follow the codes. If you follow the codes, you should have a pretty good home.
People are just going to lock their doors and go away, and when they come back, their house will still be here.
Houses like Fantasy, which, thanks to additional pilings and a wraparound deck, is now even stronger and a true reflection of its owners.
You just pick yourself up and dust yourself off, and if that's where you want to be, rebuild and stay there.
Bridgestone tires perform best when you need it most.
Like when Julie Bowen is late taking her son to a birthday party.
Okay, people, you, front seat, you, out of my way.
Julie has our new Drive Guard tires, the next generation of run flat technology.
Oh, good, nails.
Well, these tires are engineered to take a puncture and then drive up to 50 miles.
50 miles? Great, because I remember the present, but I forgot the kid. Yeah, you need to check. Oh, I forgot. I have a lot of kids.
You know, millions of people have saved with Progressive, so I get invited to quite a few family gatherings. Heck, I saved Judith here a fortune with discounts like Safe Driver, Multi-Car, Paperless. You make a mighty fine Mrs. M'Lady. I'm not saying Mark's thrifty. Let's just say I saved him $519, and it certainly didn't go toward that ring. Am I right? So visit Progressive.com today. I call this one the Robot.
This is Kevin. To prove to you that Aleve is the better choice for him, he's agreed to give it up.
It's today?
We'll be with him all day as he goes back to taking Tylenol.
I was okay, but after lunch my knee started to hurt again, and now I've got to take more pills. Yeah? Another pill stop. Can I get my Aleve back yet? For my pain, I want my Aleve.
Look for the Easy Open Red Arthritis Cap.
Hands were made for playing. Legs for crossing. Feet, splashing. Better things than the joint pain and swelling of moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis. If you're trying to manage your RA, now may be the time to ask about Xeljanz. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a small pill, not an injection or infusion, for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers have happened in patients taking Xeljanz. Don't start Xeljanz if you have any infection, unless okay with your doctor. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz, and routinely check certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you have been to a region where certain fungal infections are common, and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you are pregnant or plan to be. Taken twice daily, Xeljanz can reduce the joint pain and swelling of moderate to severe RA, even without methotrexate. Ask if Xeljanz is right for you.
It's an instinct that guides us, a passion for performance. That's why we created the Infiniti Q50S with Performance Wheel Package. It has more power and better overall handling and cornering performance than the BMW 335i Sport Sedan. When you follow your instincts, the results are undeniable. Lease the Infiniti Q50 for $369 a month.
Haven't we always wanted our own island? One without car horns or stoplights, but one filled with forts and uncharted paths, carriage rides and bike rides, and games we play all day, where the sun can't wait to wake up, and adventure waits around every corner. Nestled in the deep blue waters of Lake Huron, our island is Mackinac Island. Our island is pure Michigan. Your trip begins at Michigan.org.
This world is an abomination. It's because of you, humans. Let us be strong.
I think it's time we take back our town.
Defiance premieres Thursday, June 19th at 8, only on Sci-Fi, followed by the premiere of Dominion.
Currently in our area, 81 degrees with thunderstorms in the area. Tonight, Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
The Weather Channel's new morning show.
It all starts with the weather.
America's morning headquarters with Sam Champion. Weekday mornings at 7, only on the Weather Channel.
We keep telling you about the destructive nature of these storms, but take a look at it. Terrible destruction in Fate, Texas from yesterday morning, just 31 miles northeast of Dallas. This barn destroyed as straight-line winds caused massive damage. No tornado was confirmed, though. The winds were strong enough, though, to force a 2x4 through the window of a home. And that right there is why we tell you to take those severe thunderstorm warnings just as seriously as tornado warnings. Thank you so much for joining us here on Weather Center Live on this Tuesday. I'm Alex Wilson, and Dave is tracking more thunderstorms out there that could bring some damaging winds today.
That's right, Alex. Our radar machine's been working overtime this afternoon. We've got some new severe thunderstorms in Florida, away from the beaches, a couple in southern Virginia, but it's along this leading edge here of the actual swirl in the clouds that extends back to Missouri, where we've had some of the worst weather. The warnings continue. Now notice this is not a straight line of showers. There are bows, there are indentations. Where there's bow, there's energy kind of pooching out. That's where you can get some damaging winds. So a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect for both of these counties. Look at all the lightning strikes, almost 3,000 in the last 15 minutes in this box. So lightning is reason enough to get inside. All this is moving to the northeast, headed for Oak Ridge and Knoxville around 5:30 this afternoon local time. All right, that's Tennessee. We've got a severe thunderstorm watch in parts of northwest Georgia, including Atlanta. Atlanta, the rush hour has started. The weather's fine. It should be good till about 6 o'clock on the west side of town, crossing over the metro area between 6:30 and 7:30, okay? Bow echoes would be the places where you can get some damaging winds and even isolated gustnado kind of thing. South of Montgomery, a severe thunderstorm warning is in effect. In Montgomery, you still have the rain, the heaviest rain south of town, Interstate 85 and 65, encountering some of that right now. That's Alabama and Georgia. Southern Mississippi, continued pockets of heavy rain south of Hattiesburg. And in the New Orleans metropolitan area, thunder showers have finally hit. Further west, out toward Laplace, we've got some showers here too. Chance of showers through rush hour here in New Orleans. Sorry about that. Then up near the swirl and the actual cold front, which is approaching the Mississippi River, we've got some severe weather right here. This will die down after sunset, but for right now, that warning continues northwest of St. Louis for parts of Calhoun and St. Charles County. That's till 4 o'clock, and there could be flooding here. These showers to the southwest of town will rotate up into St. Louis during the course of the next hour. So we've got some active weather from the Mississippi River right over to the Tennessee River, and severe thunderstorm watches up to the Ohio River. Mike Seidel's been in the bullseye of all this today. You had some thunder showers earlier today, Mike, or at least some heavy downpours, but now in Birmingham, it's kind of quiet, isn't it?
It has. They dropped the severe thunderstorm watch here early, and now they've dropped the flash flood watch for Metro Birmingham. That's out of the National Weather Service office locally. That was going to go until 7 a.m. in the morning, but they look at the radar, they see what came through, less than a half an inch of rain. They say, let's just drop that thing. Now, the Huntsville office holding on to their watch north of here until 7 p.m. But that's where we've had some of the damage reports. We've had some damage up there, 2 mobile homes blown off their foundations, no injuries. And I can't imagine they were blown too far, maybe just slid if they weren't tied down. Also some trees and power lines down. That's on County Road 33 up there. This is all in Jackson County, northern part of Alabama. Then in the far northeast corner, only 2 reports of hail in the entire country so far. Both of those around Fort Payne. That's all 559 in the extreme northeast part of Alabama. Back here, we had the squall line. We took that in fashion at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Look at the rain as it came down in torrents, but not a whole lot of wind right here. We gusted about 20. Airport gusted to 36, and the highest winds I've seen estimated in the state have been about 50, 55 miles an hour. Not quite as bad as yesterday with all those wind damage reports. So far, about 24 reports, and 7 of those here in Alabama. And as you can imagine, here in Dixie Alley, where they've had terrible, terrible times with tornadoes. Last month, they had 4 fatalities. 2011, over 200 fatals with that EF5. They take their warnings, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning, very, very seriously.
About 4 years ago, we had a tornado come right through my property up in Mentone. Took out 90 of our trees, put 2 big trees through the roof of my guest house. So I'm in the process of just now starting to build another house in Mentone, and I am putting in a storm shelter. So I'm taking it very seriously.
And she tells me she's putting that shelter underground, not one of those concrete vaults, which have gone through EF5s. We saw one out in Moore a few years back, but she's going to put hers underground. As far as the weather goes here, it's cloudy. We may have a few more showers. But again, we still have enough instability in the atmosphere, Dave, to keep those shower chances up into tomorrow at about 50 or 60%. Then they'll go down as we head towards Father's Day weekend. More of a typical summertime pattern with the odds favoring that you don't get rain than you do get rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Dave, back to you in the studio, buddy.
Thank you, my friend, and happy Father's Day early to you. Mike Seidel reporting live from Birmingham, Alabama. Well, here's the warm, humid air in which Mike finds himself right now. The thunderstorms have moved east of him, so the atmosphere's temporarily stabilized. But tomorrow, they'll have the same air mass, and with daytime heating, they'll get some more thunderstorms. Cold front to the west, it's right along the Mississippi River, plus we have those strong upper-level winds to the west. That's the forcing for all these thunder showers, some of which caused a little damage, as Mike made reference to. That's actually going to lift northward, and the threat area tomorrow won't be so much Birmingham as Columbus, Ohio, back toward Richmond and Washington, D.C. And that will continue, at least thunderstorms, Wednesday night and Thursday. Detroit and Chicago, a cool rain coming up for you guys. Back to you, Alex.
Thank you so much, Dave. All right, we are going to take it back up to the northeast. Philadelphia, we've seen some rain showers around the area, especially down into the state of Delaware, where we've seen flash flood warnings for areas like Dover. or rather Wilmington, I should say. I think Dover also close to one of those. Showers and thunderstorms for the Northeast. Let's talk about that rain. You can see right around Wilmington, we do have the heavy rain still coming down. And for Philadelphia, reporting thunderstorms in the area. So down by the airport, you're probably dealing with some lightning. 77 degrees right now. As we look at the bigger picture, yeah, Dover, you were under a flash flood warning earlier, or at least around the area. At this point, some of that rain has shifted further off towards the south. You're not dealing with as much of those water issues, but Wilmington's still in that threat zone. Through the rest of the week, you can see rain chances will stay with us as we've got a stalled front, then an approaching cold front. So showers and thunderstorms possible tomorrow. You can see some severe down into parts of, say, West Virginia, and western Maryland. By Thursday, scattered showers and thunderstorms across the entire region. Dave.
And the only rain I can find west of the Mississippi River is up in Wyoming. But check on this picture. That is smoke from a brush fire. But what is a married couple doing in the middle of all that? Well, it turned out that these two had planned to have an outdoor wedding. This is just outside of Bend, Oregon, in the central part of the state. Well, a brush fire occurred. Emergency people said, okay, you guys have 15 minutes to get out of here. They said, okay, we'll go. Oh, yeah, we'll go, right. Let us take some pictures first, and that's what they came up with. How's that? How many people do you know have wedding pictures that look like that? That's going to be something to show your grandkids, don't you think? Southwestern heat through late week. Oh, look how hot it is right now in Phoenix, 103. Needles, California, 107. And we were breaking records, triple digits all the way up into northern Sacramento Valley yesterday. It's still hot up here in the 90s, 102 in Vegas, even 80 in Flagstaff. That's pretty warm. Reno at 88, but look at the coast. Oh, how sweet it is. No Santa Ana's here. Onshore wind, but you get inland and you're underneath that ridge of sinking, warming air. Temperatures 5 to 10 degrees above average. And average in June before the monsoon begins and it's dry are already hot. Yuma 106 tomorrow. Cooling down up here from north to south, but in the deserts we'll still be scorching hot right through payday. Alex?
Dave, Atlantic hurricane season is here, and we are testing your hurricane IQ. You see them every season. Today we'll tell you if taping an X on your windows actually helps during those hurricane force winds.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Did someone say burn? Try Alka-Seltzer Relief Chews. They work just as fast and are proven to taste better than Tums Smoothies assorted fruit.
Amazing.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alka-Seltzer Heartburn Relief Chews. Enjoy the relief.
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolates with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A Payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to Payday.
Atlantis. The $250 airfare credit is back for 2 weeks only with summer rates from $179 and free access to the largest water park and casino in the Caribbean. Offer ends June 23rd.
Come here, boy. There you go. Come on, let's play.
There's an easier way to protect your dog from dangerous parasites.
Good boy.
Get 3-in-1 protection with Trifexis, the monthly beef-flavored tablet that prevents heartworm disease, kills fleas, and prevents infestations, and treats and controls hook, round, and whipworm infections. Treatment with fewer than 3 monthly doses after exposure to mosquitoes may not provide complete heartworm prevention. The most common adverse reactions were vomiting, depression, and itching. Serious adverse reactions have been reported following concomitant extra-label use of ivermectin with spinosad one of the components of Trifexis. Prior to administration, dogs should be tested for existing heartworm infection. Don't go to extremes. For 3-in-1 parasite protection, it's one and done. Once a month, every month, Trifexis. To learn more, talk to your veterinarian or call 888-545-5973. Visit Trifexis.com to save $25 on a year's supply. Available by prescription from your veterinarian.
In pursuit of all things awesome, amazing, and that's epic, bro, we've forgotten just how good is.
Good is setting a personal best before going for a world record. Good is swinging to get on base before swinging for a home run. Good is choosing not to overshoot the moon, but to land right on it and do some experiments.
So start your day off good with a coffee that's good cup after cup. Maxwell House. Good to the last drop.
This Father's Day, let's turn our hero into a superhero. Let's give him the power, consult with his sidekick, and equip him with all the super toys he needs, all on a mild-mannered budget, so he can spend some quality time back in his lair. Then come out strong and save the day. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Ryobi impact driver, drill, batteries, charger, and case, just $99.
Out here, answers should always outweigh excuses. And there's no excuse why a gas-powered heavy-duty truck can't do everything you ask of it. No excuse at all. The new 6.4-liter Hemi-powered Ram Heavy Duty. Guts, glory, Ram.
Do you hear the jazz music? Now all those musicians have to play to a more crowded house because this is the time when the rain comes down on Bourbon Street and everybody filters into those restaurants, the jazz bars, grabs a drink, a table, and listens to some good music, not just the rain on the rooftop. Hopefully you had your umbrella if you're in the area because we have seen those showers rolling through. For most of our show, that heavier rain has been just off to the north, but it did finally work into the New Orleans area. So at last check, our Bourbon Street cam is now soaked. We've got some severe storms through parts of Kentucky, Tennessee, also the state of Alabama and Georgia. Also some active weather up towards the St. Louis area. You can see this upper level low towards the center of this. We've got a severe thunderstorm warning for Calhoun and St. Charles County, 4 o'clock Central Time. That's how long that one goes. Could see some hail from this one. Also some damaging winds. Through the state of Tennessee, eastern parts, you can see we're lining that state with severe thunderstorm warnings, perhaps some gusty winds, very heavy rain, and a lot of lightning with these Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties. You're under the warning until 5:30. Dave, over to you.
Thanks for the heads up, Alex. Well, here at the start of the hurricane season, while things are quiet, we want to get you prepared and increase your hurricane IQ so you know what to do when things really ramp up. Now, many of us have heard the advice, if a hurricane is coming, tape an X on your window to protect it from the winds and to keep it from shattering. But does that really work? Senior hurricane specialist Brian Norcross put it to the test.
Hurricane-force winds come at your home from every direction, and the first line of defense is your windows. If they're not protected, your entire house becomes vulnerable. So let's look at one of the most common things people do, taping an X over the window. So the question is, should I tape my windows to keep them from shattering in a hurricane? I'm here with Mike Stremmel at Architectural Testing, where they test all kinds of windows to see how strong they are, and they use this air cannon to do it. Tell me what we're going to see here in this demo.
We'll be using a 9-pound, 8-foot-long 2x4 missile, traveling at approximately 34 miles an hour to simulate the debris that is present in a hurricane.
All right, let's load it up and see what happens.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that 2x4 went right through the 2 panes of glass and the tape like it wasn't even there.
Yeah.
If you were inside that room, forget it.
Yeah.
It would hit you. So here's what you need to know about taping your windows. The tape does absolutely nothing to reinforce or strengthen the glass. Properly protect your windows by covering them with shutters or buying an approved impact-resistant window.
There you go, your Hurricane IQ.
All right, you know what time it is now?
What's that?
Top 5 time. And we're going to take a look at some amazing weather videos from around the world. Take a look at this one.
Roll it.
Yikes! Number 5, as you head to the beach to enjoy the sun this summer.
What's that in the water? Oh.
Yeah, those are sharks, not adorable fish, not Nemo. No, sharks swimming very close in Orange Beach, Alabama. No attacks reported, but if you do go in the water, you can get fined. So don't do it, risk takers.
If you go in the water, you get fined.
You can also get bit.
Number 4. People drove hours to get to Glenwood Springs, Colorado because the water's faster and it's been there than it's been for 3 years. Perfect for adventurous kayakers, paddleboarders, and even surfers, and guaranteed no sharks in the Colorado River.
I think surfers are saying, all right, that's my spot. Number 3, several reports of tornadoes in central Colorado on Sunday. This is one of them forming over Pikes Peak, Colorado.
Wow,
this in the
lightning.
Pike National Forest.
Cool. Number 2. We leave the country for Dusseldorf, Germany. They got stormed. Look at that lightning. Small roads were closed. Tram services were suspended due to the high winds. Dusseldorf, Germany, huh?
Cool stuff. And you know what? Let's stay over in Europe because we got this video in from Wansum, Netherlands. Lightning in slow-mo. So you can really see those fingers of that lightning spreading out in the sky.
And it gives you a sense of why the thunder lasts for a long time. Right. Because you hear the strike that's closest to you, and then you hear it delayed
you get those
the further away it is.
Rolling thunder.
Exactly.
Neat stuff. Well, you know what you should do if you've got an awesome video like that?
What's that?
Upload it, weather.com/photos.
Weather.com/photos. Cool. Well, if you had to evacuate because of a storm or flood, you might not think about electronics.
But Storm Tracker Jim Cantori is going to show us some cool new gadgets to help you save some very valuable things in your home.
And that video was shot in your basement, by the way. We'll get a look at that.
No, I think that was your living room.
And,
we'll find out.
This is Atlanta, Georgia. Getting ready for some thunderstorms here late in the rush hour.
Yeah, it is.
This Father's Day, give the gift that keeps on protecting. WeatherTech floor liners are laser measured to custom fit and perfectly protect your specific make and model. Front, back, even up the sides. Dirt and spills stay in the liner until you wash them away. Order the perfect Father's Day gift today at WeatherTech.com or call 1-800-CarMats. WeatherTech floor liners. Complete protection, completely American made. Give the gift that keeps on protecting at WeatherTech.com.
As a commercial beekeeper, Dave tracks the Weather Channel forecast closely, predicting when crops across the country will bloom and need bees for pollination. At a moment's notice, he loads and trucks thousands of bees, keeping his eye on the weather to ensure his fragile cargo makes it to the blooms on time. When the bees and blooms matter, Dave turns to the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 82 degrees with a thunderstorm. Tonight, partly cloudy with a slight chance of thunderstorms. Low 74. Chance of rain 30%. Wednesday, heavy thunderstorms. High 88. Chance of rain 80%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
You don't know your credit score? I don't know my credit score. That's really important. I mean, I don't know my credit score. Don't you want to buy a house, like, ever? You should probably check out Credit Karma. It's free. Credit Karma. Free.
Credit Karma. Really free credit scores.
Do you
they're more than just a pet. So protect them with Canine Advantix 2. Its broad-spectrum protection kills fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, too. Canine Advantix 2, for the love of dog.
The 2014 Chevy Equinox comes with great features, like USB connectivity, so you can enjoy your favorite music.
Mom! Hi, Mom!
And a multi-flex sliding rear seat for your passenger's comfort and your own. Start your summer off right.
20 years ago, I wanted to buy a car, but you see, I did have a problem before I came to Earl Stewart because the people where I went didn't want to even bother with me. So on my way home, I saw the sign, Earl Stewart Toyota. 6 cars later, he has helped and helped and helped. And that's why I continue to use Earl Stewart Toyota. I am truly a satisfied customer.
Earl Stewart.
So you're saying you're gonna give me my credit score for free, right? And then you're gonna ask me for my credit card so you can charge me on the down low. 2 weeks later, look, Credit Karma.
Oh, are you talking to websites again?
It's saying free credit score.
Credit Karma? Yeah, it's actually free. Look, you don't have to put in your credit card information. Credit Karma. Really free credit scores. Really free.
Fist bump.
And shipping is always free.
Visit DealDash.com and start bidding today.
A Weather Channel original series.
Every time I shoot a fish, when I'm wrestling them, that's when I'm scared.
Catching Hell, Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Another look at the radar because we've got a lot of action out there in the eastern part of the state of Tennessee. You can see the entire state from the Georgia border all the way up to the Kentucky border under a severe thunderstorm warning as this line moves eastward. Morgan, Roane, and Scott counties under a severe thunderstorm warning until 5:30. Could see some gusty winds with that. Atlanta, get ready because these thunderstorms are headed your way. So for that late day commute, and you know it's bad enough on a dry day, we're going to see those rain showers probably closer to the 6 o'clock hour. So you can get out of work right at 5. May want to do that, but you probably know you're still going to be waiting in traffic. Off into the state of Atlanta, more showers and storms with a lot of lightning. Dave, over to you.
Okay, Alex, time for a look at the tropics, and there's one game in town, and that is Tropical Storm Christina off the coast of Mexico. You can see it there. There we go. You can even see the spin in the clouds. If this were a real strong hurricane, the spin would be opposite up there in the clouds. But we won't get into that. Maybe tomorrow. The new showers develop right near the center of the circulation. A few showers now over at Acapulco, 77 degrees, some rain, cooled air in there. But the forecast for this tropical storm takes it generally away from the Mexican coast. Just some outer bands of some showers, that'd be it, and some rough surf, perhaps. You might want to check in with the hotel people or the if there's a lifeguard out there at the beach, check with them. 50 miles an hour maximum sustained winds is the very latest from the National Hurricane Center, and the slow strengthening is forecast to continue as it moves westward. These letters indicate the names of the computer models that suggest where this is going to go, and they're all in agreement, moving it west-northwest toward cooler water by the weekend out here in the North Pacific, and that will help to cause this thing to fizzle. 75 mile an hour minimum category 1 hurricane tomorrow. Then it strengthens a little bit and then poof here by the weekend. So that's the story in the Atlantic, where we've used in the Pacific, we've used 3 different names. Christina, the latest. Meanwhile, in the Atlantic basin, Gulf of Mexico, Caribbean included, this is where tropical storms can form and have formed in June. Is there anything out here now? No, no, and no is the answer. So if you're headed to the beach, it looks great. Water temperatures, low 80s. Back to you, Alex.
Good stuff, Dave. And when severe storms hit, your electronics are usually the last thing on your mind. But many of our gadgets store important information. So Storm Tracker Jim Cantori shows us how to protect electronic investments and files during flooding or hurricane.
We are with Andrew Felix once again. He is a technical gadget guru here, and we got some great stuff. Whether you've got a hurricane, a flood, or what have you to evacuate, you're going to be able to save some very valuable things in your home, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Let's start off with this. This is pretty cool. This is from a company called iOS Safe.
I'm going to pick it up so everybody can see it. And it's
got
heavy.
Some weight to it, yeah. It's actually a 2 terabyte hard drive. Now, this thing is waterproof, fireproof, I want to say windproof. I mean, you can bolt this thing to the ground.
It's definitely windproof. It's heavy.
Hurricane comes through, all your stuff's going to be safe. It's USB 3.0, so you're going to be able to send everything so much quicker. So if you know there's a storm coming, save everything you can real quick, and then you know your house and all your stuff is valuable and safe.
That's incredible. Weather radio here. What's special about this?
Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. This is from a company called Champ. We've talked about them before. I love this company. What's great about it? It's Bluetooth. So not only can you actually listen, have a NOAA radio built into it, it's got a flashlight, it's got the radio, it's got solar powered, but you can connect your Bluetooth phone to it. You can charge your phone to it. So if you want to listen to that music, maybe you're having a little cookout on the street, you can have everything right here.
Or if you've got a group where you want people to hear all this information, hey guys, gather around, look at it, listen to this latest on the storm. Mophie, I'm a huge Mophie fan. What kind of stuff do they have here?
Well, this is Mophie's new stuff. This is their iPhone 5S case. It's got 120%
120%.
Yeah, extra.
So not just 8 hours, we're going like 10 hours.
Exactly. So when you're out in the field, you need extra power. You've got that. They've got their outdoor kit. The iPhone 5 stuff's coming for outdoor, but super protective, but it's got the power built into it, which a lot of cases these days don't have.
And they've also got a new case now where you can store your photos and all your data. It's like in the case, in the Mophie case.
Yeah, it's having an extra backup inside your case with you, and it doesn't add any weight to it.
All right, what is this? Looks like a spy camera here.
Yeah, well, this is from Swan Security, leader in home security. Well, this is Swan Eye Indoor Outdoor. So what does that mean? It's a fully IPX66 rating, waterproof, weatherproof camera. What you do with this, mount it on your house. You got Wi-Fi. Wherever you are in the world, download their free app. You can see exactly what's going on at all times in your home. So if you need to evacuate, you can still keep an eye on your home, record everything, and get motion trigger senses sent to you.
Okay.
When something happens.
What if the AC goes out?
Well, power goes out, you're going to lose it. But it's a lot of times you need to evacuate hours before you have to do it.
Right.
So you can still monitor.
So you can see really right up till the power goes out, and then maybe go back and say, oh wow, the power's back on.
Exactly.
You know, and this is what happened or didn't happen. Andrew, great stuff, buddy. Thank you. Time's up. Back to you.
Good
Time's
stuff.
up, yeah.
Time is up, and we are back with more at the top of the hour with more Weather Center Live. It's been a stormy day, and today kind of the anniversary of some storms.
That's right. Back in 1752, Ben Franklin flew his kite and got some electricity that was put into a Leyden jar or something. He was able to save some of it.
And, you know, there's a lot of lightning out there today.
There
Don't
sure is.
go try to do your own Ben Franklin stunt, though, please.
Hey, if you want to send us a great weather video like this and win $15,000, weather.com/photo.